Let the TikTok folks on. All right, we are live. We are live. I know I haven't been on in a couple of days since I've been with
And
my
you know,
mom and
your people be missing you. I be missing you. Like, what? I
that's
know
why I
they be like, where you been? Like, damn, can I get a break?
said, you know what? And honestly, that's what I share with people. Like out of everything, like that's what I battle the most is like this online consistency of getting on every day. And honestly, that comes with the whole content creation too,
It
right?
is.
Because if you have the content creation and ready, and that's the thing too. Like I have videos ready. I need to start delegating more of that to my VA because
Yeah.
that way I don't have to worry about trying to post it and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So we always are just kind of talking as you guys are coming in, as we're allowing those to come into the room. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, and today is, I don't know why I was about to say Wednesday, Shayla.
It feels like Wednesday. I've said the same thing.
Okay.
It
I'm
feels
like,
like
I feel
Wednesday. Yes.
off or something. Like,
Yes. It's not just you.
okay, okay. And then I heard too that it's the retrograde. Right. Am I saying it right? I know you
Mercury, are you saying Mercury retrograde?
Mercury. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
where everything is kind of like backwards, off. Stuff is just like off kilter, balance, all of that type of stuff. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay positive and we're gonna be forward thinking and we're gonna push
Right.
through that, you know?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So good afternoon, Miss Session. Um,
Right. Hey, Arnetta.
yeah,
I'm gonna jump on TikTok
TikTok.
and we can get
Okay,
started.
cool. Cool. Give me 1 second as well.
Um So today, you all, the topic that we're going to be going over is Schedule C, right? We're going to be talking about self-employment, Schedule C, receipts and records. I think this should work now.
And why it's important to maintain those records.
And it made me a little makeshift. I got to order my thing off of Amazon today. I done made a little makeshift holder, little makeshift holder for the TikTokers
Yeah.
for my phone. I can. TikTok allows us to go live on the computer.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to get y'all in the Zoom where y'all can see and hear. TikTokers, we are on YouTube on my YouTube page under Patrice Stewart. So if you need to chime over there at any time, definitely come on over to the YouTube channel. Arnetta says she was able to catch it today. I know, Arnetta, because you have a lot
Yeah.
going on, baby. A lot going on.
Gonna rub our hands together, get this energy going.
Get this mojo. Socks, you good? Where he go? He up here somewhere. All right, there he go. He chilling out. Bring my child with me to the office while we're down here working.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started because Shayla and I got stuff to do, man. We got stuff to do out.
Yes, yes. Schedule C, Schedule C's. So I'm gonna just start off and I'm gonna tell you my experience. Let's just talk about our experience today. So my experience today was I met with a customer, a client. He's a new client. Somebody referred him to me. My spiel is probably similar to your spiel about what they need to have, the documentation that I need to get their taxes done. Everything is listed out. You've been doing taxes for a while. It's the same stuff. And so met with the client today. First of all, I said, do you have everything? They said, I think I have everything. So I should have known right then and there that I think I got everything was
We
like,
already
oh, So get there, y'all. This guy, and we got to do several years of taxes, Patrice. I'm not talking about just no 2 or 3. We got to do several years. And he gave me random, I pulled all the transcripts. He gave me random W-2s, random this, random that. And then the last thing he pulled out was a Ziploc bag full of receipts. And y'all, just like Patrice, my mouth, I was like, what the hell you expect me to do with that? Like, I became Mychaela the bookkeeper. I was like, no. That's extra. Because
right.
I don't think what some business owners, Patrice, particularly newer business owners, I don't think they understand the gravity of what that means to actually open up a bag of receipts and go through those receipts. You got to figure out what this is, what that is. Or if you're a tax professional, you know you're not going to want to send this information over to your bookkeeper like that. So I had to school old brother, and I had to tell him, sir, I know it's been a while or whatever, but this is how you do business. As a business owner, this is what you need to do. All of the things that I listed on the thing, I'm about to tell you verbally what you what you need, because I gave him what he needed. So I'm just like, look, you need bookkeeping. So
Yeah.
we're gonna set aside some money for your bookkeeping, right? Because guys, what I want y'all to know is when y'all come to the tax professional, the tax preparer at the end of the year with your taxes and stuff, you should have already had everything that tax professional needs to get your tax. I'm talking about a P&L, a profit and loss statement. You need your balance sheet if you're an S corp. You need all of those things for that tax professional so you can make the tax professional's job easier, and you with less of a headache. Because once you do that, your tax professional is going to give you your paperwork back and tell you, I'm sorry, you need to do XYZ. So that's what we're going to talk about today, the receipts, just the power of bookkeeping, Schedule C's when in terms of knowing your numbers, because that's your thing. As long as I've been knowing you, you've got that all over across your thing, knowing your numbers. He doesn't know how much money he brought into the business. He doesn't know how much money he spent into the business. All he knows is he getting up every day to go to work. But he has no clue what's going on in his business in terms of my profits, my losses.
Yeah.
So I even looked at one of the receipts and I was like, why did they charge you for this right here for XYZ? And he was like, oh, I forgot about that. I don't even know. I was supposed to go, do this and take this back and do it. And I'm like, yeah, but had you known and had you did this the right way versus sticking the receipt in the doggone Ziploc bag, you would have been able to handle your business properly. So that's what we talking about today. We getting on all y'all. We getting on all of y'all about these receipts. Because look, it's 2022. We can't be going into 2023 running your business like that. You got to treat your business as such. When you go into other establishments and other businesses, you want them to treat you, with respect, with whatever, act like you're a business. You got to do it the same way in your own business.
Exactly.
That way.
And then just to piggyback off of what you just said was, did many of you guys catch that? He brought her a bag of receipts in a Ziploc bag. So when you are bringing receipts to your tax professional in boxes, because I've had clients do that. I've had clients drop me off a box of receipts, right? Ziploc bags. That's why I'm laughing, because I can relate. Anybody that's in taxes and you've been doing this long enough, you've seen all kind of ways that clients will drop you off receipts, right? And this is what you guys have to understand is we charge extra for that. We are not your bookkeeper. We are your tax preparer, your tax professional. So like she said, when you come to us, there's certain documentation that you give us, profit and loss statement, balance sheet, income sheet, right? Bank statements. We may even look at those, or not even necessarily look at those. A lot of times when you are an LLC or a corporation, and then especially if we're doing your bookkeeping, we have to have a copy of your bank statements, right? That's all a part of auditing and stuff like that. It's certain paperwork that we have to have. So when you come in with a bag, a Ziploc bag, that's extra for us to have to either do it ourselves or hire a bookkeeper to put the receipts together in an order to where we can set up some type of profit and loss report to where we can see your entire layout. So that's extra. We need you guys to know that, right? So I know some people that called me this year was surprised at that. And then it's even more extra when you do it during tax time, right? He's coming to her right now in September. So she may not charge him an extra expediting fee. Well, come and do that crap between January and April when it's tax time. A lot of professionals will turn you away,
yes,
or not do it. And if we do it, you're going to be charged 2 to 3 times your normal rate. You may be charged $100 an hour to enter in your, you get what I'm saying? Whereas if you prepare and you get your stuff in order now, right? The current year you're in, if you do not have a QuickBooks or an accountant, a FreshBooks, a Zoho, some type of accounting system, you need to be getting that now. And you can be going back in and entering in your own receipts, all right? Or your wife or your family member. Get y'all kids involved. We keep talking to y'all about this, right? So Shayla and I, we're not gonna wait to the end. We have a workshop this weekend, okay, on the 24th, a Schedule C workshop that we are hosting, where we are actually going over different things with you guys, and we'll be going more into detail about the importance of you knowing and having your income and expenses, right? Knowing where you are, because the worst thing that you could be doing is being in business, and like she said, unfortunately, this particular person doesn't even know where you are. You don't know what your bottom line is. You don't know what your sales are. You don't know what your gross profit is, what your net profit is. How are you gonna grow if you don't know where you are financially?
Yeah. I'm smiling because I can totally relate. Yes, Miss Session. Miss Session said, I have a binder that has monthly sections with my profit and loss sheet, receipts, and bank statements, so I can give that to Patrice.
Come on here, Miss Session.
You are the epitome of every client that all tax professionals want to see. You are what we call our perfect client.
Right.
You are our perfect client. I mean, because it's just a lie. You're correct. During tax season, the peak tax season, we just don't have that because we're really, really trying to focus all our efforts on tax returns,
Right.
and unfortunately, it's just he just wasn't educated. And to be honest with you, there's no pun intended towards men. It happens a lot towards male clients, and it's our goal to help male clients like get their stuff in order because, I mean, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to do it all. It's just a matter of like anything else. You got to sit out some time to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like she said, it's not hard to do if you don't know, if you don't know how to set up certain things. You can pay people to set up your QuickBooks, right? To set it up, put it all together for you, your account records, your chart of accounts, all of your vendors, your customers, everything, right? You can pay somebody to set it up. But once it's set up, you can literally maintain it yourself. You can literally enter in your receipts, because this is something that you can do. And if it's something that you don't want to do, it does not cost a whole lot to have a bookkeeper, have someone that can actually manage this on a monthly basis for you. Okay. What else you got, Shayla? What else you got on this schedule set?
And so another thing, guys, on this Schedule C, I gotta bring it up. I just do. I'm sorry, I gotta bring it up because I'm still getting calls from people about two things, Patrice: PPP and what's this new COVID credit that everybody is doing with this Schedule C.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it.
And today is Tuesday, so all the gloves off. If y'all out here doing that, stop. Do not do it. There is a credit that you can get for people who are self-employed, but there are parameters around getting tax credits, tax deductions. We always talk about these things. So I got a call today from a current client that said that one of their family members was asking them about this COVID credit that was worth $28,000. Why didn't you tell me about this credit? You know, well, I could have got this money. Shayla, like, what's up? You know, you supposed to be, doing my taxes, and why I gotta hear this information from somebody else? And I'm
Right.
like, okay, so let me tell you what this credit is then. Because what she didn't realize is we had already talked about the credit, but the thing about it is a lot of times, Patrice, when tax professionals are trying to explain things to people, they're so still caught up in what Pookie and them said about you can get money for XYZ.
Come
They're
on.
not looking at, oh, yo, you can. This is what this credit is, but this is how you get it. We never, ever, ever focus
Talk about
on
the facts.
the facts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's what it is, guys. If y'all know people out here that's talking about filing taxes, getting this credit of $28,000, if you're not self-employed, if you're not an employer, you take your ass to work and you get a W-2, do not do it. For every week that we've been going live, we've been talking about the IRS hiring new people. The IRS is going to now be looking for this. The IRS is going to be auditing that. They're going to be checking this. So today, all that nicety that y'all hear from me is out the door today, because I'm telling you, ignorance. Let me tell you something. If you go to court, when you go to court, right, and you tell something to the judge hang you down, whatever, and you say, well, I'm sorry, judge, I didn't know. Patrice, what is the judge going to say? I'm sorry. Ignorance is not an excuse.
Yeah, ain't no such thing as I'm sorry I didn't know, because
There's
you
no such
cashed that
thing as
check.
I'm sorry I didn't know. So you need to look at
You spent that
everything.
money.
Yeah,
You spent that 28. If you got that 28 and then they audit you and look at your bank accounts, how you didn't know, but you spent that money.
Let me tell y'all, if you hear somebody right now saying you need to go get this COVID credit, this 28, 29,000, however much you can get, because really and truly, Patrice, me and you know that ain't even the number. That's not even the
That's
number.
No.
That's not even the number. But everybody's so focused on this 20-some thousand. You know why? Because it's tying into the ERC numbers and they making it appear like it's good.
Yeah.
And you won't get caught up trying to listen to Pookie and them and my cousin and my sister and all of them. Don't do it. I'm telling you. So what's going on, Patrice, is people are using Schedule C's on tax returns to basically say that they had COVID or someone like a dependent or whatever, like they had lost wages to get this particular credit. That's what it is.
Right.
And the issue with that is you cannot be having income in the ways that those credits add up plus the W-2. Like the IRS is not stupid. You can have a good paying job and have a business, but a lot of people are not realizing is what if you didn't have no Schedule C the year before? So you just got this new business, So a lot of people are not using common sense when it comes to getting these tax credits, because these tax credits are there. There are the tax credits, but don't try to go about getting the tax credits in the way that you could know it's not the right way to get it. If you're not talking to a Patrice or a Mychaela or somebody like that that's telling you, okay, you may be eligible for the credit, but let me see this, let me see that, versus somebody saying, oh, I can get you this and get you that.
Right. Haven't asked
you do that
questions, what's no real. And let's just keep it honest like we do. This is the platform we know. I'm the realest tax and business strategist you ever meet, right? So we keep it real on here. This is also a problem and why so many people in our community are lacking financially, are lacking even in financial literacy and education, because when you get people on here who are experts, right, in this field, we are experts in our field. Okay. We do this all day, every day. This not something that we play with, right? The difference is many of you don't want to listen to the professional because we're not telling you what you want to hear, right? Whereas the person who has no obligation to you, no liability, because these people are filing you on a TurboTax. Like I said, it says self-employed. There's no liability to them. right? So when you get the money, they're gonna just ask you for whatever they charging you. 10,000. We know if they trying to get y'all 30 back, you at minimum paying 10 or 15. We know from some of these people.
Baby, not to pause your thought, but let me tell you. So the same client said that the person is getting them this 28,000 is doing it on TurboTax, and the fee is $5,000.
Yeah.
Why, in your right mind, everybody that's listening on this platform, put a heart or fire in the chat. If you gonna pay, if what we're saying to you makes sense, first of all, let me see some fires, let me see some hearts. But if you know, let me ask you this: would just put out yes or no, just yes or no? Would you pay somebody $5,000 to get $30,000?
Look, we want you to be honest, but be honest.
Be honest. Be honest. Would you pay somebody $5,000 to get $30,000? It's not a trick question. I just want to see how you guys would respond to that.
Because a lot of people will. A lot of people will.
Because I got two no's. Because I think the both two no's that we got, they already know that's well above 10% of what you're getting back. And there are certain laws and stipulations in place that, especially when it comes to consulting and them type of things, you can't even charge people like that for certain things. First of all, why would you pay $5,000 for a tax return of that small caliber anyway? And then get this, the person is doing is actually going back and doing amendments for people who already done filed their taxes to go back and get this credit.
Yeah, because the person that's doing it wants that $5,000 on everybody. That's
they don't care about that letter that you're gonna get in 12 to 24 months or less.
Exactly. And when you
they
go,
don't care about that.
They're not gonna be around when you get audited.
And you know as well as I know, when the IRS audits you for that one thing, they want to see everything else, including them children you claim.
Yep.
Them credits you got for those kids.
Yep.
All of that.
Yep.
So you open it, it's not even a can of worms at this point. You got a can of snakes biting your ass. So it's just today. It's just a day where Patrice and I were talking, and we were going to talk about something different. But I'm like, we got to talk about the things that we know people are listening to, because I really don't think nobody listening on this platform. I really don't, especially your YouTubers. I really don't think, because y'all been so loyal, y'all already know how it go. So if y'all know other people that's in y'all corner or in y'all ear that's doing this stuff, please let them know that these two tax queens over here said, look, I already didn't listen to the pros, and the pros say don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's ways to get money out here.
And even if it's not, because people gonna do what they want to do anyway, right? But that's the reason why we're speaking, because some of you guys know better. You know what I'm saying? Some of you know. And don't get caught up in watching, and that's the other thing with our community. Too many get caught up in pocket watching. You watching the next person and what they got and what they did. That's all I heard with them PPP calls. Well, everybody was doing it. My aunt, my cousin, everybody going this and doing this and doing that. Everybody, what's the old saying? Everybody jump off the bridge you going to. Everybody go to the coat and put themselves on fire. You gonna do the same thing? Like, I need more of y'all to be leaders out here. I need more of y'all to be thought thinkers out here. I need more of you to be the voice for whatever neighborhood community you in. Okay, because what we need more of you to understand is financial literacy. It's ways to get to this money the legal way. We're always on here telling you. We will also share that as well in the Schedule C workshop this Saturday. It's only $197. Only. Okay? It's only $197 to get into the workshop, to get into the class. Literally. It's not much. Seriously. But this is why we're on here every week, because we want more people informed. We want more people educated properly, because there's nothing, you guys, nothing. No one can tell me or Mychaela about taxes that is not really in this business that seriously doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? What we're telling you. People are going to tell you what benefits them. So if you got somebody in your ear telling you, oh, you could do this. They just some haters, this, and that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you'll be giving them 5, 10, 15,000, whatever their fee is, and they walking away scot-free. But what you don't understand is when you doing stuff when it comes to the IRS, when it comes to the SBA, when it comes to this government, all right, systems, okay, this is a paper trail. And you're talking about your name and social security number. All right. You're talking about your name, your kids, for those of y'all that's claiming people on your taxes, right? One, all of that's traceable. And like she said, and I've said this before too, you will get the money today. They'll give a lot of y'all that money. They're gonna give you that 30 grand today. But then it's on average, it takes them about 3 years to audit. Right now in 2022, clients are getting audit letters from 2018 right now, 2019 right now. Okay. Yep. So you'll get the money today. We've said this before. Yeah, you'll get the money. But in 3 to 5 years, let's just say 2 to 5 years. In 2 to 5 years, to say to hire some people, right? It may be back quicker. Then you're going to get that letter. And it's going to be asking questions because, like she said, you've never had a business before. Or you didn't have a business at all. You've been a W-2 worker your whole all these years. So where you get this business from? So yes, we know stuff was shut down due to COVID, but when certain tax credits and things come out, it is not for everybody. Okay, community, and this is an extra dig for you. Community. I'm not even gonna say a color, but community. Mm-hmm. You are the ones who lack the most financially in this nation. I need you to know and understand that. You lack the most because you don't pay attention. You allow, like she said, the cousin, the Nene, the Pookie in the hood to tell you about finances. When instead of listening to a tax expert, a CPA, an enrolled agent, people are on here talking to you guys on a regular basis, but you don't want to hear that because we're not telling you what you really want to hear. We're telling you what you need to hear. That's the difference. All right. So let's get back into it, and then we're gonna get on up off of here. If we got any questions, we're not on here real long today. We got stuff to do. We got to prepare for our workshop this Saturday. So if you guys have any questions about what we talked about right now, you can go ahead and put your comment in. For TikTokers, I know I haven't been on here. The link is in my profile page. So you can click the link on my profile page and it'll take you straight there. It's a Schedule C workshop. I'm also going to type the link in down here below in the comments for you. That way you can just go straight to the page and read up on what we are going to be going over in the class. We have everything in there on the link. So you can read exactly what we're going over in the class and you can make your payment and secure your seat. Again, you can also text our community. You can text tax class. Again, that's tax class. You can text that to 312-680-5468. The workshop is from 2 to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday. It will be a replay for up to 14 days. So you can watch the replay for up to 14 days if you cannot make the class. So yeah. And then we also will have the replay of the workshop available on my business school link as well.
Okay. I don't see any questions. Okay. I'm excited about this Schedule C audit workshop, Patrice, because I don't think we're ever gonna nobody has really ever broken down Schedule C's the way that I know that we're gonna break them down, and the difference of the benefits of Schedule C's, the pros of them, the cons, everything. Like, I'm excited about this workshop. If you guys have not purchased this, I would ask and encourage you to go and secure your seat right now, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to say it. This was supposed to be priced higher, but it was Patrice who said, no, we need to give, our viewers, we need to give them, a discounted price, because the information that you're going to get, I promise you, it's valued at thousands of dollars. It's valued at thousands of dollars. So the information that you're going to be receiving you're paying pennies on the dollar for it. Because I just attended a workshop myself, and it wasn't no 197. Let me just tell you that.
Add another zero to that, right?
It wasn't 197.
Yeah,
So
997.
the thousands of dollars that we spend to bring you the information is, I promise you guys, it's from the bottom of our hearts. It's really genuine because we want y'all to win out here. We want y'all to be successful. And to be honest, I mean, when you get clients and you listen to them, me personally, I'm tired of hearing people that look like me can't get this, denied for this, denied for that. And when you talking to them, you really ultimately, you know why, like why they're not getting it. You know why.
Yeah, we can
You know
see.
why.
We can see clearly.
Yeah. So it's crazy, and I just don't want to see you guys just be in situations where, you know, like, dang, I wish I would have listened to that girl, them girls on that, they was talking about this, and man, you know, because it's so easy to go and take the cake, but what you don't know is sometimes it's snakes hiding behind that cake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you gotta really think about that. I'm not telling you guys nothing that I haven't experienced on my own. I'm talking about bad decision making when it comes to doing business with people. And you know, even before I became a tax professional, you know, people like filing taxes on my own behalf without me knowing. I mean, there's all types of horror stories, you know, that we both could express and just share with you guys. But where we are right now, I keep saying in 2022, there's no reason why you shouldn't know what a Schedule C is. If you are a business owner, there's no reason why you shouldn't know your bottom line numbers if you are a business owner. And if you're new in business, there's no reason why you shouldn't be researching the information, seeking out a professional to help you and guide you with this information. Because the average person, Patrice, you already know, they get a business, they get their all the stuff that it takes to get the business, and then they straight go get a loan. Or they, you know, and they just defeated because they find out they can't get it. Because it's a process to these things. You know what I'm saying? This Schedule C audit workshop is not just about Schedule C's. This is going to be how you can level up in your business.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, that's the other thing too. A lot of people, right? When all these loans and stuff came out, a lot of people don't realize that they're not really in business.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people that got side hustles. That's what it is. A lot of people have side hustles, and you calling yourself a business owner, and I'm gonna need you to stop.
Yeah.
Because to be a business owner, there are certain things that you have to do, right? And it just is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with side hustling. I say this all the time. It's nothing wrong with side hustling, but know where you are at.
Yeah.
Know where you are at. Know your place. Because this is how so many of you guys get in trouble thinking, well, like, oh, I'm doing this, but just because you're doing lashes on the side, if you don't have, let's say, I don't know if y'all need a license. I'm not gonna say, let's just say hair, because in Georgia you got to have a license, right, to do
Girl,
hair.
yeah, like you,
Let's say
yeah.
that,
If
right?
you
There
if
we
you
go.
put terms and all of that type of stuff, if you using chemicals, yes, you have to have
A
yes,
license, right?
yes.
So let's say in Georgia you doing hair, but you saying I'm a business owner. Well, technically, if you have to have a license and you don't have your license, you're not a business owner, right? Then because now you're also not, that means you're not in compliance, one, right? Because a part of being in business is there's rules and structure and order, and it's called compliance. You can't just do what you want to do. You
Yeah.
can't just take your money and go do what you want to do, right? We have to have business checking accounts, business savings accounts. We have to show and prove, if we ever get audited, what these purchases are, where do they come from, right? We are not just running business willy-nilly. And so this is the difference of what we're talking about. And there's nothing, again, wrong with side hustling, but know your place. Know and understand what level you are. It's levels to life. The same way as levels in life is levels in business, right? So you may be a startup, you may be a sole proprietor with no EIN, no LLC, right? You may start off that way, but then you're going to graduate. You're going to get your license, your LLC, your EIN, your checking. Okay, now you on the second level. Then you're going to get to paying taxes. Then you're gonna get to paying employees and hiring staff, right? These are the different levels in growth. Everybody's not on the same level. So you got to understand with financial literacy, there is no one size fit all. It's a broad spectrum out here when it comes to financial literacy. And you have to know and understand where you are on that spectrum. You get what I'm saying? And so this is more of what we're doing is educating you guys the proper way that you weren't taught in school. You're never going to get this in school. All right. You're going to have to continue following this channel. If you have not followed this channel, I need you to do that right now. If you are watching right now, we need you to like this video that you are watching, that you are gaining knowledge here today from. Okay, that's how you respect Mychaela and I. Is give us a like, give us a follow, leave a comment, let us know that you're here and that you're listening. Right. So, I don't see any specific questions. I did see a comment on here though, Shayla, on TikTok that said, I thought the credit was for people who worked through the pandemic but lost wages at a certain time. No, that's not what this credit is.
Yeah, it
if
was
you're not
wages.
employed.
Yeah, lost wages. It's basically if you were not, you still could have worked. Yes, you still could have worked as a self-employed or an employer, but it had to be from lost wages. That means that the year prior, your Schedule C was showing, let's just say you made $50,000 on your Schedule C the year before. And then this year coming in, you made less than that $50,000. That's lost wages because you had COVID or somebody you took care of had COVID and you weren't able to meet the same amount that you should have consistently already have been making. Because that's what a lot of people don't understand. Once you get into business at some point, you either going to be making a consistent cash flow or a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but not like if you had COVID.
Right. Because that's
that up. Yeah, it was due to lost wages. Like all of this pandemic money, all of this money is due to loss because of the pandemic, because of what it was, what happened. You couldn't go to work because you had COVID. We're talking about people who were not self-employed or not business owners, and they're just out here filing tax returns, claiming this credit. That's what we talking about.
Right.
We talking about people, because I'm gonna be honest. If you were self-employed and you worked and had W-2 wages, you weren't fully self-employed or an employer. You can look this credit up. It tells you specifically who this credit was for. Because if you're a W-2 owner, you were going to work. You were working. This is for people who could not work.
Right. And that's why we said it's levels to this in business. Some of us are fully, completely self-employed, right? Some of you have a side hustle or a side business. You got a 9-to-5 W-2 job that pay you your main income. And then you may have a business that you're working on the side, but you're not working that business 100%.
Yeah.
So that's the difference what we're talking about. When we get in this workshop, in the Schedule C workshop, we'll be able to break a lot more down too, and the categories, because there's also limits on the Schedule C in categories when it comes to what you can actually claim, right? There are limitations. So some of you guys are walking around with tax returns that say 10,000 and your limit was $400. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't have proof and paperwork as to why you are writing off this $10,000, which again, if you don't have a real legitimate business, these are the people who we're talking about, right? If you're a real legitimate business owner, you got real paperwork, real proof, we're not talking to you. But we're talking about what we're being brought, right? What's coming to our attention from people who we know don't have a business. But like Shayla said, it's calling, well, why you didn't tell me I could do this and I could do that? Because it's not for you. It wasn't meant for you. But you done went over here to Pookie and he done talked you into getting it done so he can make a $5,000. Right?
Yeah. So I just want to make sure that I didn't confuse what I was saying to that person. Because you could have, of course, been a W-2 and got COVID. I just realized what I said, but this was for people who were employers, or if you were self-employed, not if you were a W-2 worker. That's the difference of how people who were able to claim the credit versus people who were not able to claim credit. Did that make sense what I'm saying, Patrice?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, because she didn't put whether she had a company or not, or what. Did she just? I thought that the credit was for people who worked through the pandemic but lost wages. But she said people. See, and that's again, that's random. That's open. This credit is not for everyday people. This is on this particular credit we're talking about. You were, like she said, self-employed, an employer, and it's two credits actually. Let's also state that there's a what's the one? Paid sick and family medical leave credit. Okay. And then there's this ERTC credit, which we're talking about. The ERTC credit, you had to pay W-2 wages. That's not for self-employed people.
Yes.
Right. So the ERTC credit is you had to have paid W-2 wages to your employers. Right. So you are an employer and you have employees. That's for that credit. But then the other credit, the paid sick and family medical leave credit, is for people who are self-employed. But there are, again, stipulations to that. And the last thing that we're going to say too before we get off of here is the dollar amount. Because someone shared with me a tax return that they received. I guess they received this tax return and it showed how to calculate this whole credit. What people are not understanding is, again, in order even for you to get that paid sick and family medical leave, anything over 20,000, you guys are claiming $150,000 worth of income.
Yep.
That girl had $140-some thousand on the tax return and didn't even know it. Right? So again, when you are out here listening to people who are not real professionals in this field and they're just throwing numbers on your stuff and you don't know what's going on wholeheartedly, like she said, when it come down to it, nobody's going to be like, no one wants to hear that I didn't know crap, because you spent the money, you cashed the check. That's all that matters to them. They don't care who, what, when, why. Bottom line is you cast the check, it went to your bank account, it's on your tax return, and it also says self-prepared, which means you did it. Okay? That's all they care about. They don't care about no Pookie and whoever else you went to and so said it and everybody else is doing it, officer and judge. So yeah, okay.
Put that shit out. Yeah.
Seriously. So
I'm excited about this Schedule C audit workshop. I am, because it's like everything that we've been saying up until this time is just, and then all the years that you've been giving people out here, just free game, free information. Like, I'm excited about it. Y'all better go ahead on and get the link before we go off. Here's the link going across, and
bigger too, so that
get a seat. It's gonna be like one like no other. Because I'm telling y'all, I have paid thousands of dollars, and we just talking about like little boring. They just read stuff off, putting you to sleep, and you paying thousands of dollars for it, So it's definitely priced right. You're gonna get a lot of information out of it, and I think you're gonna not only be able to take something from yourself and your business, but you'll be able to pass it down to others. Because really and truly, that's what this is all about. We get on here just like, how Patrice was saying, really quick, I'll say this, about, with tax and stuff like that. But when you're opening up business and you go into the banks and stuff, take your children in there with you. Like my grandmothers used to keep us out of all of that stuff. But I wish that I would have been going into the banks with her. Y'all take y'all children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews, when y'all handling money and talking about money and stuff, take the children in there with you and explain to them what it is that you're doing, because they're not going to get it at school. I'm just be honest. They're not.
I like that. That's a good idea for them to do.
Yeah. Because my baby, when we go in there, because she has
financial literacy first.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Shit, we in our 30s and 40s and stuff like that. I mean, it's time now to start, because that's what our ancestors did. They passed the information down. And they carried that information with them and they passed it on down. And then it got lost and stolen from us. So now we're in a position now where we can pick up those same things that our ancestors used to do, which is pass their information down. You know, they're not going to get all this information, especially when it comes to financial literacy, banking, all of that type of stuff. They're not going to get it in school because we already know the curriculums that are being taught in school. So the least that we can do is when we go into the banks, okay, baby, mommy, what mommy's doing, this is called a withdrawal. This is a deposit. This is the slip that you get back. This is the reason why mommy's putting money in the bank or taking money out of the bank. Simple things like that that we could be teaching our nieces, nephews, grandchildren, you know, sons, daughters. You know, they deserve to know the truth. They deserve this stuff. So once again, y'all better get in this goddamn Schedule C audit workshop, because y'all gonna go up in here with a whole new tax season. Like, these ladies got us together. Y'all, I'm claiming it right now. Everybody on here, after joining this class and doing everything, y'all about to be in a whole new position for new money. Forget the old money. You about to be in a new position for new money. Your paperwork gonna be together. Yeah, like claim that. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well, we are done for the day. We will tomorrow. Lab members, you do have lunch and learn tomorrow. I cannot think right now on what topic we are going over, but those of you guys that are in the lab in the community, make sure you check your emails because we definitely send you the email reminder for the lab. We'll be on at noon. Shayla and I will be back on again on what, Friday together, Shayla?
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday, Tuesday and Friday are me and Shayla's dedicated days, and then other days we get on together too. All right.
Mhm.
But we'll and we probably will jump on there sometime tomorrow as well. So
Yeah.
but get in the community. If you guys want to get in the community, you could text family to, I'm gonna show that. Oh, there you go. You can text family to 312 680 5468. That way you can get up to date on what we have going on. And that's it. We will be back on at some point tomorrow and give you guys another tip so we can go over this information. And then Shayla, I'll see you on because we got this Zoom call with this girl.
Okay. All right.
Bye. Have a good afternoon, guys.